Welcome to HDPP Live on a Saturday night to the UK and around the world with photos, memories and friends. This is HDPP Live. How are you this evening? Are you all well?
Hinckley District past and present for you, meeting friends old and new. Streaming Wednesdays and Saturdays too, with founder members Paul and Sue. The smiles that we bring are a heritage thing. HDPP, keeping history alive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Where local memories survive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Film clips, photos, memories and friends helps a dreary night go by. We're in Hinckley, six of the best, stupendous, quizzical high. The smiles that we bring are a heritage thing. HDPP, keeping history alive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Where local memories survive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Let's take you back in time. A community affair. We'll take you for a ride. Henson's Cab will take you there. We're making history. HDPP, chapter applauses. History aside. Local causes. Streaming HDPP live. Betty is our queen bee. The sweetest honey candy. Dangerous Den here again. HDPP live. Hey, you know we keep it in HDPP.
Good evening, hello. Come on in, sit down. Come on, sit down, either side. You're welcome. Good evening, welcome once again, yes, to our Sunday night thrash. Hinckley District Past and Pleasant Live. I like that, Hinckley District Past and Pleasant, yeah. Anyway, welcome to the programme, and lovely to see so many people joining us tonight. We have light evenings. I've just looked out, it's only just starting to get a little bit dusk out there as we start British summertime. Why do I get an awful feeling the weather's not going to play ball for a little while yet till it realises? However, there you go. Welcome to the programme. A great one lined up for you this evening. Not only have we got six of the best, we've got a great feature, one we've seen before, but due for airing tonight. And we've got some great memories for you from TV adverts of the past. Got some good ones outside. And of course, a noser. On a Sunday night, you can't really go better than that, really. And that's what, there's nothing else on the telly, so you might as well watch this rubbish. I would, wouldn't you? Probably not. Anyway, let me scroll down there into the chat room, as you can see. Daniel Coburn, very first, over the line this evening. Daniel, glad you're back with us. Missed you last week. He had to watch his on cut. Well, he only came in very late. And we had to mark him absent, yeah. Anyway, so here he is. Anne Hunter, as always, our delightful Anne is with us. And John Fletcher, oh, hello. John, I'm glad you're back. I haven't caught up with you for a while, mate. Must have a catch-up. It's been such a while. I don't know why. Time's getting on, yeah. Kevin Beasley, all the way from Burbage, yeah. Tonight, and they said, yeah, they're keeping the electric off in Burbage tonight for a bit longer. Also, hello to David Allen, of course. David Allen, of course, in Boston, in Lincolnshire, and doesn't he just? Along with Pat Galloway. Oh, cooey! don't forget, it was funny the other day. This is true. We were doing a cooey when we met Mary Blake the other day down in that cooey in Jasper's Caff. And everyone in Jasper's Caff going, I know, but isn't it great to feel part of a little community all ourselves? It doesn't matter what people think of us. I'm bothered. It's their problem, isn't it? Okay, then. Yes, Dave B is here. Yes, him that really does enjoy our anaograms. Good one for you tonight. Yeah, looking forward to doing that in a few minutes as well. Elaine Galloway, and I'm glad you're here, Elaine. I'm sorry I wasn't about, didn't get your message till late yesterday. We had the grandkids with us as well yesterday, so we were a bit all tied up in one way and another. But yeah, just let us know when you're going to be about, and your raffle prize is still here. Yeah, no problem there. Now then, who else is in the chat room? Say hello to Julie Jeffrey. Julie's here. Hi, Julie. That's nice to know. And Dangerous Denny is here again. Great to see him on Wednesday night. We had a great night Wednesday night. If you didn't come on Wednesday night, you missed a great evening. Not only did Eddie Smallwood give us a fantastic talk about Richard III, villain to hero, but then of course there was a wonderful Annabelle, who did a great thing about stupid deaths. It was a great night. Now, some people have managed to catch the live stream of the night. You have to remember, at the minute where our member Ian Walker broadcasts that onto the group on his profile, if you understand what I mean. So you do get to see these things sometimes, but you can't beat being there. It's like anything, really. I've got to say hello to Russet as well, who is with us tonight. Oh, and hello, Bill. You're right. He's watching tonight. Obviously, there's no football or any cricket or anything on. I don't know. The crops are in for the first time in ages. They're both here tonight, Marie, and half of the membership off to see Calendar Girls the other day. Yes, but however, you missed a great night, Marie. I'm sure Alan would have told you, but hopefully come back to us. We miss you. Okay. Also, Kay Norton. Hi, Kay. Glad that you're here. And Mrs. Poldark is here. And even Mrs. Poldark came on Wednesday night, and she really enjoyed herself. Yes. Jeff and Anna, hello. Great that you're with us this evening. Queen Bee is here as well. Brilliant, brilliant. It was great. Already Carol Beasley saying, look, stop it now. She's like, I really wanted to be there. Right, for those of you, now. For those of you that missed it and decided the theatre was a better opt than the the HDPP social night, I love this. I will be getting Eddie back to do another talk on another subject. Now, Eddie is a very good speaker, as you would know if you was there, but I'm not going to keep rubbing it in. Great speaker and got a load of different talks he can do. So I've asked him, would you come back later, in the year and do us another talk? So yeah, so please. And I actually, joking aside, I mean, I'm having a bit of fun here, but joking aside, I was really pleased with the turnout in the end, because I hate it when I've got a guest speaker on, and if there's not many there, but you did me proud. Those that turned up, thank you. It was really good. And like I say, Eddie will be back on. He'll be back on our guest speakers very, very soon. Okay, that's got all that out. Yeah. Kath Denny saying, look, Wednesday was fantastic social night. Yeah. Eddie and Annabelle were great. Yeah. Are you telling the Calendar Girls that, Kath? Okay, I'm going to stop now because that's not fair, because they only missed that night. Anyway, welcome to the programme. It's all the usual stuff. First of all, let's get the 6 of the best out of the way this evening, because with 6 of the best, we run it all through the programme and then we give the answers at the end. Now, let me just give you the usual tip. Don't put your answers in that chat room, because people nick them. Oh, there was 2 people nicking them. That was a pair of knickers. Yeah, it was. So, all I would say is just keep your answers to yourself and we'll see how we go. Now then, let's see where 6 of the best is going to start. Oh, lovely. It started at question 1. Lovely. So, here we go. Question 1 of 6 of the best. What year did the Hinckley Times celebrate its 100th birthday? And little Jane, oh bless her, my little fox cub, she said it was a great night, thank you. Tim and Jane loved it. It was a great night, it really was a super night. So there's question 1. What year did the Hinckley Times celebrate its 100th birthday? Yeah, and we have double-checked the answers tonight, by the way. Yeah, just triple-checked and double-checked the answers tonight. Okay, Just so there's no queries. All right, question number 2. Now then, this is an interesting one. I can hear you now. Don't Google it. Have a good guess at this. It's brilliant. Sunglasses were originally created in China for which purpose? Now, was it to help the police have better vision? To help mining workers to protect their eyes when they come out in the dark? Or to help judges hide their facial expression? One of them is the correct answer. Have a ponder about that. It's amazing what you learn on this programme. So that is question 2. Lovely. Moving on to question number 3. True or false? Only female ducks quack. I'm just leaving it there. I'm saying nothing else. Only female ducks quack. True or false? Question 4. Now, guess the year. In which year did the following events occur? Sky Television began broadcasting to the UK in February of this year. Sadly, 95 people were killed in the Hillsborough disaster. And in November of this year, we saw the fall of the Berlin Wall. Now, I know you're all going to go straight onto Google, but listen, it doesn't know everything, you know. So careful what you search for, it might come true. So have a look, see what you think. Okay, question number 5. Where am I? Oh, Paul. I was going to call this one Bird Box closed till further notice. Well, they don't look like bird boxes, don't they? Right, okay. Just leaving that on there just a moment. Have a guess where you think that could be. And question, are you ready for the aniogram? Here comes the aniogram. I'll leave it on the screen a few moments so you can get all the right letters down. Bimanual game cocking porky. And actually, bit of a clue in that. Mrs. G and I did have a laugh doing that one. All right. We did. And she's checked it out to make sure we got it right. It's a pub and a village not far from Hinckley. Right, I'll leave it on the screen a few moments just so you can get it all written down. Meanwhile, Carol Beasley in the chat room said, Paul, I think you should invite him again. Alan says he was really knowledgeable, had lots more information to share. We're talking about the social night with Eddie Smallwood. Yes, absolutely right, Carol. And we missed you. We missed your smiling face, and the Burbage crew didn't do very well with the raffle, and, you know, need you girls to get together and come back in strength. Yeah, good. So, there you go. But Emmanuel Gamecock in Porky. A pub and village not far from Hinckley. Let's go through those questions one more time. Question 1. What year did the Hinckley Times celebrate its 100th birthday? Question 2. Sunglasses were originally created in China for which purpose? As you can see there, was it to help the police with better vision, to help mining workers protect their eyes, to help judges hide their facial expression? One of them is the correct answer. Question 3. Only female ducks quack. There's got to be a song in there somewhere, you know. Question 4. Which year did the following events occur? Sky Television began broadcasting. It was the year of the Hillsborough disaster. And November this year saw the fall of the Berlin Wall. Pretty easy, I would say, for guess of the year this time. Question 5. Where's that? Yes, the bird boxes are shut. They are no more. Or indeed, are they? Makes you wonder if they look like little beach huts, don't they? Well, they do. Just that beach. Well, anyway. Moving on, and then there you go. Bimanual Gamecocking Porky, a pub and village not far from Hinckley. Yeah, it is. Just as I'm talking to you, somehow I managed to get a splinter in my finger there. I think I've got it out. Silly things. So there you go with your 6 of the best this evening. Good luck, have fun, and we'll come back to that in between our features tonight. Right, I thought we haven't had one of the HDPP shows for a little while, so we're going to go... Oh, Russet just reminded me, she says, pardon me, Paul, I remember from Burbage I won 2 prizes. She did. You see, you have to step in for the people that prefer the theatre. Stop it, Paul. We're getting in a lot of trouble here. I'll say, let's have one of the HDPP features. And also tonight, we've got a great thing about some classic adverts, which you really will bring some memories. But first, it was, a great night on Wednesday. I'm sadly on the council water, as you can see, at the moment. But Hinckley, how's the old rhyme go? I am on the hill, stoking the dale, wiking for buttermilk. It's here, look, it's behind me. An Hinckley for ale. Yeah, I think that's a good one to start our thing off this evening. Let's look back at our historic pubs and the brewing industry of Hinckley. It started here.
All hail the ale. When John Nichols wrote his groundbreaking history of Hinckley in 1782, he called the following piece of local verse ancient, even at that time. Higham on the hill, Stoke in the dale, Wykin for buttermilk and Hinckley for ale. Hinckley's reputation for ale making and imbibing of the golden nectar is not so far-fetched. To drink water in years gone by would have been to have courted all sorts of diseases, and it was commonplace to drink a weak beer known as sack. And sir, do you mean to stop any of William's wages for the sack he lost the other day at Hinckley Fair? Could Shakespeare have been alluding to the locally brewed ale when he penned these immortal lines mentioning Hinckley? It was later said that in Hinckley there were so many pubs that you did not have to spit more than 5 yards before you could enter another one. That is perhaps a slight exaggeration, but if one peruses the old directories for the 19th century, for instance, there do appear to be a large number of hostelries in the town. The best way to describe the old pubs of Hinckley would be to be in the company of local poet James Harold. He lived from 1772 to 1846. He was a gifted musician and choirmaster at St Mary's for upwards of 50 years. Although without a formal education, Harold was an accomplished violinist who would often travel around the area as an itinerant musician, playing his instrument and entertaining the frequenters of the local pubs. He was a composer of songs and verse. In particular, he wrote a poem in the early 1840s which ran to 12 verses and mentioned 49 pubs in the town. The poem was literally a pub crawl around the town at that time. He started at the old Holly Well, which is now the dental practice at the bottom of London Road. His first verse is penned thus. At Hinckley on a summer's day, I thought to have a spell, and for to have a glass of two, I went to the Holly Well. And for my drooping heart to cheer, to keep up with the lark, to have a drop of home-brewed beer, I called at the Noah's Ark. The first Holywell was a pub dating from 1835, but the current Holywell was built in 1921. The title of the pub commemorates a spring in Spa Lane that was dressed as a wayside shrine to the Virgin Mary and was built in 1755. The mention of home-brewed ale is interesting, for it alludes to the fact that there were a number of private brewhouses in the town with people making their own ale or sack. It was a family staple. The water was just too dangerous to drink. Hinckley's other poet of that period, Robert Heathcote, who is buried in St Mary's churchyard, in the second of his series in the Hinckley Lyrics, published in 1823, penned a piece called The Jug of Home-Brewed Ale, no doubt taking his inspiration from the ale brewed in Hinckley, in the vicinity of his home in the borough. But fill my glass with home-brewed ale, I care not if 'tis brown or pale, as long as it be clear and strong. As a source then of inspiration for both playwrights and poets, the importance in Hinckley of ale or beer cannot be understated. When you add to this the fact that Hinckley was the home of two famous brewers, William Bass and William Butler, then the place of ale in the town's history begins to take on a greater importance. William Bass, for instance, although his brewing career only spanned the last decade of his life, when he'd been based in Burton-upon-Trent for a number of years, had nevertheless carted the cider made by his mother when he lived in Hinckley around the area to willing customers and consumers. His meticulous accounts for that period, which still survive in the Bass Museum in Burton-on-Trent, are called the Cider Book. Talk of Bass and Burton naturally leads us to consider that most of the pubs in the town would have been affiliated to some brewery or other, mainly based in Burton-upon-Trent. Bass, of course, but also Edie's, Marston's and Worthington's. And then there were the West Midland breweries, Mitchell's and Butler's and Ansell's. There were local breweries also, such as Beardsmoor's in Stockwell Head and Orcott's in the Borough. Much as today, one's preference for a brand of ale would draw you to a particular pub. If we return to our trusty guide, James Harold, his poem continues as he makes his way around the town. It will be interesting to know exactly where the Noah's Ark of his first verse was, for it has disappeared without trace. His second verse contains the following pub names: Cross Keys, Rose and Crown and the Crown and Anchor, and we know that these were all in Upper Castle Street. They're all mentioned in a directory of 1822. Were they all established around the same time within yards of each other? If you add the fact that the Golden Fleece and the New Inn were also close by, then literally you could have walked straight out of one pub into another. Castle Street at one time boasted 12 hostelries. No wonder then that it was said that when the corks from the barrels were thrown out into the street with the rubbish, that they were all washed down the street by rain, ending up in a pile along Rugby Road when the rain finished. The phenomenon gave rise to a place on Rugby Road known as Cork Hole. Although lots of pubs in Hinckley have disappeared through time, we can pinpoint their locations from old photographs and the names of the yards and jitties associated with them, such as Cross Keys Yard and Crown and Anchor Yard, that still exist today. In each of these yards there were numerous cottages where the framework knitters lived with their large families, a ready-made market for the pubs. Harold's list of pubs contains names long gone. His Majesty, the Roaring Lion, the Swan, the Nag's Head and the Ram Inn. The latter two were well-established drinking places, having both been first mentioned in 1809. The Falcon, the Mason's Arms, the Bull, the Bacchus, later known as the Jolly Bacchus, the White Hart Inn and the Globe, all mentioned by Harold, were in the vicinity of the marketplace. The old Globe had been around for most of the 18th century and was located on the corner of Church Walks and Station Road. It was noted for its tripe suppers. It was around the old medieval marketplace, now the marketplace and the borough, that Hinckley's oldest pubs were situated. The George, which was on the site of the present Bounty, was first established in 1671. The Bull's Head, which first stood where Barclays Bank is today, and later where the betting shop is today across the marketplace, dates from 1605. The Red Lion, which was in the borough, dated from 1695. All these three, in the very centre of the town, were coaching inns. Harold describes the George in the following words: "The George, a noble tavern, where gentlemen regale, to Chester and to London, there runs the Royal Mail." The Bull's Head provided the initial accommodation in Hinckley for George Canning, later to be Prime Minister. He brought his family to Hinckley by the Royal Mail stagecoach to seek medical care from the renowned physician Dr. Robert Cheshire. He described this pub as the vilest inn in the nastiest town, in the dirtiest country that imagination can conceive. Not an auspicious start for the man who was to make Hinckley and Burbage his home for the next 7 years. It's not surprising that two of the oldest pubs, the Union Inn and the Barley Sheaf, formerly the Barley Mow and now a restaurant, are just off the medieval core of the town. Both have cellars reputed to be older than the buildings above them. In what is now Stockwell Head, another of the older pubs, the Blazing Star, dating from 1745, was especially extended in 1753 by its landlord George Iliff to provide meeting and function rooms for dances and other social functions, as well as its general bar area. Further along Stockwell Head, according to Harold, were the Britannia, the 3 Tons and the Plough. The latter pub was once known as a pensioners' club because it seemed to be a favourite watering hole for many military pensioners who lived in the town and who had fought with Wellington in the Peninsular Wars. It was thus the first ex-servicemen's club in the town. It is believed that there were more military pensioners in Hinckley than any equivalent town of its size at that time. Due to the date of Harold's poem, the 1840s, it misses out places that were built later. Pubs like the Half Moon in Stockwell Head were of quite a later date. My Aunt Gert Sheldon kept the Half Moon at one time. Her Irish wolfhound dog was a regular in the bar, and the drinkers were often disturbed when sitting at the bar, when the dog nuzzled up to them, its face appearing level with the bar, wanting to have a drink from their glasses. My uncle, Bill Mason, was also a pub landlord, this time at the Weaver's Arms, another of the pubs built too late for Harold's poem. Another aunt and uncle, Peter and Beryl Castle, ran an off-licence in Druid Street, always known to me as a child as the outdoor beer licence. Those were the days when the corner shop could apply for a licence to sell beer. I remember a single beer pump on the counter connected to a barrel of beer in the cellar. People brought their jugs in to be filled at lunchtimes and in the evenings. Many other local families have similar strong connections with the ale trade. Returning to James Harold, his journey around the pubs took him out in the direction of the wharf, where there was an industrial and agricultural feel to the pub names. The Horses and Wagon, the Harrow Inn, Woodbine Cottage, the Navigation and the Wharf. The Railway Inn would not appear until 1874, over 10 years since Hinckley had been connected to the rail network. The Wharf pub first appears in 1805, as soon as the Ashby Canal was opened. Hinckley Wharf was an important and busy inland port, and so to have 2 pubs serving the area was hardly surprising. Harold's odyssey around the town meanders to its end in Bond Street. He mentions the Horse, the Black Horse, and the Queen, the Queen's Head, before his final 2 verses bring him into Lower Bond Street, where he talks about the Lion, which was the White Lion, the Bell, which was the Blue Bell, the Barley Sheaf, the Duke of Rutland, and the Cap and Stocking. He might also have mentioned the Royal Oak, the Fox and Grapes, the Bishop Blaze and the Venison, which were all in that area. The Bishop Blaze was a half-timber cottage, much like the museum cottages are now on Lower Bond Street. Lest we should now be punch-drunk with all the pubs that Harold was able to name-check in his ramble around Hinckley, we must remember that there is a long list of pubs he missed out. Those that disappeared before he wrote his poem, and those that came after. For instance, the following had probably disappeared before his poem was written: the Lord Nelson, the Full Quart, the Dun Cow, the Spread Eagle and the Wood Boy. Those coming after Harold's time included the Lichfield Tavern, the Victoria Hotel, the Town Hall Arms, the Mineral Baths, the Ropemaker's Arms, the Shoulder of Mutton and the Bricklayer's Arms. The location of the Lord Nelson was in the borough, where Pickering's the printers and stationers once were. Apparently, the Lord Nelson was abandoned at one point and bricked up. Some enterprising young men attempted to break down the walls to see if there was any alcohol left abandoned for their free pleasure. However, the authorities intervened in their enterprise, and Muster Hollier, a court officer, lost no time in appropriating the hoard and sampling the contents thereof for himself. The location of many others of the pubs mentioned by Harold is not known. The reputation of the local hostelries often left a lot to be desired, and many were the worthies in the town who railed against the place having so many houses of ill repute and access to the demon drink. In 1840, the vicar of Hinckley, the Reverend George Dealty, described the pubs in Hinckley in these following words: "Many, many were very disorderly." Others noted with horror that under the influence of drink, one man sold his wife to another man in one of the pubs to pay off a debt. Pubs were notoriously hotbeds of betting, gambling, cockfights, dog baiting, fisticuffs, debauchery and drunkenness. What we've lost with the passing of those establishments are the noises and smells associated with brewing, the stale tobacco of pub interiors, stale beer and the smells from the stabling at the coaching inns. Some might say all for the better. The Hinckley Journal of the 7th of May 1859 records a lecture given at the Corn Exchange in the marketplace, which was entitled "The Evils of Intemperance," at which a number of persons took a no-drinking pledge. In the late 19th century, the Church of England set up the Victoria Coffee and Refreshment House in the marketplace as an exercise in temperance, where only non-alcoholic beverages were served. One of the fascinating aspects of all the pubs in Hinckley was the names given to them, and these names have their own type of heritage. Pubs had been required, since the year 1393, in the reign of Richard II, to have a sign marking them out, shown on the front of the buildings. As people could not read, the signs were very important, and the paintings on them created and sent a definite message. The White Hart, for instance, was a symbol of King Richard himself. The red line was the device of John of Gaunt. The White Horse was a symbol connected with the advent of the Hanoverian kings of the early 18th century. Names like the Royal Oak were connected with Charles II and his escape from the Battle of Worcester in 1651 by hiding in an oak tree. Other names like Golden Fleece denoted a connection with the wool trade. Some pubs in the town were named after personalities, like the aforementioned Lord Nelson, but also the Marquis of Granby. The latter was a military commander who was concerned that his demobilised troops should have a job and a living to go to. He bought his non-commissioned officers pubs in different parts of the country, including Hinckley. Some of the pub names had ancient origins. The Dun Cow, for instance, a pub in Castle Street, was named after a mythical beast, a large rampaging cow, especially known in Warwickshire just over the border. Its origins were Danish. Interesting because Hinckley was in part of the country known as Danelaw. Names like the Hollybush were a hark back to Roman times, when vegetation was placed outside of taverns to denote the business. Interestingly for this part of the world and our connections with national events, the Rose and Crown denoted the end of the War of the Roses. We are lucky that in a number of old photographs we can see both the exteriors and the interiors of all the old pubs, which gives some indication of the atmosphere within the bars and the snugs, sometimes no more than the length and breadth of an old front room. Hinckley has lost a great many of its pubs, but other pubs like the Pestle and Mortar and the Elbow Room are taking their place. How could the town at one time have supported so many pubs and it be possible for each landlord to have made some kind of living out of it? It seems incredible. Let's leave the last words to James Harold, our erstwhile guide, and his final verse. Now, to conclude my journey, I went to ring the bell. I hope each youth will follow truth and listen to the knell. Act well your part, each jovial soul, I earnestly exhort, for when the bell doth for us toll, there's nothing of the sort.
I really enjoyed that. I forgot how I'm going to be little bit. I forgot how good that was. Great to see again that one. A production, HDPP production with Greg Droach, as you've seen there. And I love what Dangerous Dan says. All of a sudden, I've developed a thirst. I know, matey. Go and get yourself a nookie. Go and get yourself a nookie, mate. Alan Crops, fabulous. Yes, that was a great one. And I was just talking to Sue a few moments ago, and then I realised we haven't. There's a few titles we've not released on DVD. You can only watch them here on our live stream. That being one of them. So you've seen these before, but actually, those that don't watch our particular live streams have never seen them before. So maybe we'll have to make another DVD release and put a few more titles on as a little bit of a fundraiser. Yeah, there you go. But it was good. It was good. Okay, now then, whilst that was all happening, I can tell you that him of the much-awaited book fame, John Denny, he's got the anagram and the Where in Hinckley. Well done, John. You know you can pack up now and go back to, all right, chapter 4. No. Kath Denny says, I do love seeing these films again because you always see something you haven't seen before. And that's true. And you think, oh, yeah, sometimes you pick something else up you missed before. So that's good. Russet said, I'm feeling that way myself then. Yeah, so go and get yourselves a drink. And answer, 25 views, only 16 likes. I know, give it a like. Gary Betterley was saying earlier on, he said, I've put a like, but I didn't get a ding. Well, we were told the ding can be distracting. Oh, but there you go, especially for you. Gary, enjoy that as you're in France. Any more rioting in your neck of the woods? Anyway. Oh, my word, aren't they going for it out there? Now then, let's see how you're doing with 6 of the best so far this evening. Here we go then. Maybe you was a little late to the party. Let's go through the questions one more time. What year did the Hinckley Times celebrate its 100th birthday? That is question 1. We've featured that a few times actually, so I'm sure you'll soon find the answer to that. There's question 2, our general knowledge. Sunglasses were originally created in China for what purpose? And they are the purposes. Indeed, one of them is the correct answer. Okay, good. John Denny's off now. He's taking John Jr. home. Only female ducks quack. True or false? Have a think. Guess the year. Now, which year these following events occur? Sky Television started. It was sadly the Hillsborough disaster and the fall of the Berlin Wall. Pretty easy, that one. Yeah. Question 4, that one is. Ian Roberts said the Pitkins had something. Oh, very clever. Right. Where am I? If you're like John Denny, he knows where these bird boxes are. We'll find out in a bit, but where do you think they are? They're still there today. You can go and see them this very day. It's getting a bit dark to see them now, but they are there. Trust me, they really, really are. David B says, I need a grandma hit. Yeah, well, first of all, it's a pub and village not far from Hinckley. Bimanual Game-Cocking Porky. What I would say to you, David, is... Porky has got something to do with it. I think that's fair to say. And the village, I'll say south of Hinckley. How about that? The village south of Hinckley, and the village has also got a partner. There. Now I've given it away until that's done it. The village has also got a partner village. Okay, so get on a map, look south. Look for a village that's got a partner village. Ooh, this is a posh clue. And that will give you the village, and then you'll find it from there. Trust me, you will. So there you go. Ian Roberts still soon doing Gimme That Ding. Yes, I remember the Pipkins doing that. So there is your 6 of the best. So, he says, quickly clicking buttons and whatnot. Okay, thank you. We're going into our second feature now this evening because we've still got our nose there tonight, by the way. Can I just remind you, for those of you to come to Sellers, those that have, we have still got just a few tickets now, but we're getting to not far from capacity for this. Come along. We had quite a few people on Wednesday night that didn't go to the theatre that actually took some tickets to go to Sellers and what. And it's going to be a great night. So please, if you haven't got your tickets and you want to come along. I mean, and you've probably been before. I mean, I've gone 4 times now. I go for the biscuits and the tea myself, but I do enjoy the night. It's very good. We've still got a few tickets left. So if you want to come and bagsy them, then you can bagsy them. Can you remember when we used to say that? Yeah, bagsy, I go first. I love how old saying suddenly come here. Bagsy, I go first. Love it. It's a bit like on Wednesday night that when I started reciting that skipping song. Now, if you was there, I weren't at the theatre. If you was there, you would have seen me recite that skipping song. And it was good, wasn't it? And a few people started clapping in time. It was good. Great night. Now, so on to our second feature. Mention, because these seem to be quite popular at the moment. I think this is about 10 minutes worth of some of the best adverts. Not all the best, but some you will remember and you go, oh, I forgot them. Oh, I used to like them. Let's go back. Some classic ones from the 60s and the 70s. Here we go. Put the telly on.
Bring out the unique, tangy, fruity flavour of Branston pickle much more often.
Sunpat peanut butter. It's P-nutritious.
Coming out to play then? Can't, I haven't done my tea yet. Are you coming to my party tomorrow then? Can't, I'm playing football. But we're having your favourites then. Beef burgers. Oh, I'm going off beef burgers.
Then your beef burgers are getting cold.
Well, except for the ones my mum buys.
Bird's Eye beef burgers, made with at least 80% beef.
This is my new turkey roast for 2.
You get up to 10 good slices for only 99 pence. Bernard Matthews, mini turkey leg roast. Beautiful.
Has cost money. Deal. Large, long, check, look, good. John, Dave. John, Dave. Hungry? Hungry. Right.
Hot casserole with real potato from Golden Wonder. Beef flavour, lamb flavour, chicken flavour.
Mick. John. Kev. John.
Pots of warmth, pots of flavour, pots of goodness. Potted by Golden Wonder.
Kev. John. Mick. John.
Will it be chips or jacket spuds? Will it be salad or frozen peas? Will it be mushroom, fried onion rings?
You'll have to wait and see.
From the Bird's Eye Steakhouse Lean Juicy Steakhouse Grills, pure ground beef that you cook like a steak and serve like a steak. What'll you give your old man with his steakhouse grill?
Hope it's chips. We hope it's chips.
Beef grills and lamb grills, more sizzlers from the Bird's Eye Steakhouse.
Because you can't see where your oil gets to, you need to be sure it's clinging, cooling, bathing, protecting every single part of your engine. Make sure. Fit the one moving part that sees to all the others. Castrol GTX, liquid engineering.
Can you find a car that cleans itself? Never in a month of Sundays. Will Dad ever fix that sloping shelf? Never in a month of Sundays.
Will Joey ever learn to speak?
Will Susie finish by next week? And when it comes to gravy, what could beat Bisto in a month of Sundays? 'Cause Bisto brown season thickens all in one. Without it, Sunday lunch just isn't done. You'll never put the R in gravy without Bisto. No, never, never, never in a month of Sundays. Of Sundays. You can't beat Bisto in a never in a month of Sundays.
On your last trip, did you discover what the Earth people eat? They eat a great many of these. They peel them with their metal knives. Boil them for 20 of their minutes. Then they smash them all to bits. They are clearly a most primitive people.
For mash, get smash.
TSB, the bank that likes to say yes.
50cc, TSB. Pay direct, TSB. R&B, NSO, Sol LP, TSB. SOS, TSB. Gas CH, TSB. From £15 to 6'3" from ABC to employee, all TSB. VIPs.
The bank that likes to say yes.
Always pass on your postcode so you're properly addressed when people reply. Because post-coded letters whiz through our machines far faster than sorting by hand. So pass on your postcode. Write it, quote it, use it. It means mail gets sorted faster, helping us to help you.
Pass on your postcode, you're not properly addressed without it.
When you put Esso, petrol or diesel in your tank, you're not only getting quality you can count on, you're getting an Esso Tiger token for every £6 worth of fuel you buy. And whether you're a high or low mileage driver, you have a variety of quality gifts to choose from. So collect your Tiger tokens and put a Tiger in your tank, where you see the Esso collection sign.
This is the best bit. think we'll take a break.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
What do you think? You can't sing, you can't play, you look awful. You'll go a long way.
Everest patio doors are fitted with toughened safety glass as standard. You only fit double glazing once, so fit the best. Everest.
Hello, love. Not one of these?
No thanks.
Come on, jump in.
No thanks, a bit enough.
Okay.
Remember, kids, always say no to strangers.
I don't suppose you have a copy of Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley. It is rather old. It's by J.R. Hartley.
No luck, Dad. Never mind. There's still a few more to try.
Good old yellow pages. We don't just help with the nasty things in life, like a blocked drain. We're there for the nice things, too.
You do? Oh, that's wonderful. Can you keep it for me? My name, oh yes, it's J.R. Hartley.
I've got a system, a brand new system.
I found a system, complete new system. New system, personal, automatic, will wash your cares away.
I find it washes my clothes cleaner.
Well, the other one was good, but this one seems to come even cleaner.
No other powder does good on difficult stains like tea, coffee, and fruit juice.
My tea cloths come up very nice.
Because no other powder can do so much at lower temperatures.
You can wash more delicate things. Nylons, underclothes, woolens. I find it good. No complaints. You've got to give it a go.
Got my tongue, got my chin, got my neck, got my hips, got my heart, got my soul, got my back, got myself, got my hands, got my arms, got my fingers, got my legs, got my feet, got my toes, got
Milk's got protein. Milk's got calcium. Milk's got vitamins. I got milk. I got life.
Portugal looks marvellous. But we'll never save that much in time. Looks like Benidorm again.
Sounds like you need a Midland Save and Borrow account.
What's that, Griffin?
Save a regular sum each month, anything over £10,
Mm-hmm.
and you can borrow 30 times that amount immediately.
A £300 loan, just like that?
You don't even have to ask. You have to pay interest while you're borrowing, of course, but we pay you good interest when you're saving.
Ooh, it's Portugal for us this year, Griffin. Bye!
Send us a postcard. If I were 20 years younger. The Midland Save and Borrow account from the Listening Bank.
What is it? Damp sparks, leaky rad, moisture in electric, flat battery, coil, is it fuel pump, dodgy solenoid?
Dunno, but I know a man who does. AA Home Start. On those cold winter mornings, we're all you need to know.
Problem, sir? No.
This must be the Seven Maidens of Venice.
Looks like a bucket of mop to me.
No. This is a contemporary work of particular importance. Well, look, it's been signed. Addis. Must be during his red period.
My mother's got some of these at home.
Well, modern...
The Addis collection. Beautiful housewares to brighten up any home.
Fusion of colour and shape. See? It's a mobile.
Got my hair, got my head, got my brains, got my ears, got my eyes, got my nose, got my mouth, got my smile. Got my tongue, got my chin, got my neck, got my hips, got my heart, got my soul, got my back, got myself. Got my arms, got my hands, got my fingers, got my legs, got my feet, got my toes, got my liver, got my blood, I got life, got my freedom.
got milk, I got life.
Who can it be? Perhaps it's your rich Aunt Annie who you love to see outside the front door. Or your loving husband who has lost his key outside the front door. Now I wonder who it is gonna be outside the front door. But stop. On the other hand, could it be that there's a real con man who will take you in outside the front door? Or a mad bad axeman who is deep in sin outside the front door? So put the chain on the door before you let them in through the front door. So put the chain on the door before you let them in through the front door. See who's there first before you open the door. Put the chain on.
We just don't make them like that anymore. Isn't that brilliant, eh? I really enjoyed that and some of the classic ads we got there. We really, really did. I mean, I love the smashed potato advert. That was a great one. The Kit Kat advert, you'll go a long way. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Some great stuff there. Sourced on YouTube, so you can go on there and you can find your own on there. But I just thought, well, we're all about photos, memories and friends. So why not? Why not indeed have a little bit of nostalgia there? So as we look over into the chat room now, you can see, and literally in the last few moments, Dave B finally got the anagram. Well done, he said, but it was hard work. Well, I have to make you work a little bit for it. David Allen said, I love the old adverts, Paul. That's great. Long as you're enjoying what we do. As I say, it's all good fun. Last chance before our nosy now to do 6 of the best. I'll just rattle through them very quickly one more time. So here we go. What year did the Hinckley Times celebrate its 100th birthday? You'll find it. Question 2. Sunglasses were created in China for which purpose? And you can see there on the screen what those purposes could have been. One of them is the correct one. Question 3. Only female ducks quack. There's so much I could say to that, but I better not. Question 4. In which year did the following events occur? Sky Television started, the Hillsborough disaster, and also the fall of the Berlin Wall. It's pretty easy, that one there. You can reference them pretty quickly, that's for sure. Right, where can you see these 2 bird boxes? No, they're not bird boxes, but they look like bird boxes. Are they beach chalets? High up? Who knows? But better still, do you know where it is? Well, John Denny does. He would. But however, we will find out when we give you the answers after the nosy this evening and our anagram question. By manual game cocking Porky. Now, I did say Porky got something to do with it now, didn't I, David Blower? Yeah. It's a pub and a village not far from Hinckley, and if you want an idea, it's south of the town, and the village has got a partner. Yeah. It is, it's true. Like there is 1 or 2 villages that have got partners. You see what I mean when you get it? See, giving all the stuff away. Okay then, so that's your 6 of the best. We'll give you the answers after we've had our nosy tonight. Steve has been very, very busy actually. And I know he's been and done another nosy since this particular one, which he only posted the other day. But we've got it now, so we'll be going with this one. In fact, I don't even know whether I don't think Steve's arrived here tonight. He's probably still doing his nosy, trust me. So settle back as we invite Mr. Stephen Picker, him that is Mr. Nosy, to take us through our very latest nosy. Here we go. Enjoy.
Hello, hey up and hey diddling, my name is Steve and once again it's a great big warm welcome from myself to Let's Explore. Right then, so in today's video you're going to witness 5 grown blokes stumbling about and gallivanting about in the dark, getting all excited and hot under the collar about some scattered pipework in some woodland between the village of Asfordby and the town of Melton Mowbray in northeastern Leicestershire. And we actually went out last Sunday evening to record this video, and 2 or 3 days prior to recording it, a chap who goes by the name of David Davo Dyson, hello buddy if you're watching, he got in touch with me and he said, Steve, you've got to go up to this place between Ashfordby and Melton Mowbray. Really interesting old pump house that I think you and your cronies will be interested in. And David and his partner Donna actually watch my videos as well, so thank you very much you pair for watching, it's much appreciated too. Right, so what's the dealio then? Well, let me tell you, sit back and relax. Right, so we've got this pumping house that we want to go and look at, this pumping station that was built in 1881. Now, when you get there, you look across the small reservoir at the side of Welby Lane, and there's actually a more modern pumping station that we think may have been built around about 1919, purely because we found some pipe work at the back of it that says Holwell 1919. But the one that's of real interest to us is the Victorian one that was built in 1881 to supply the Holwell works with water, the Holwell Iron Works. Then they later replaced it with a more up-to-date pumping station, of course. So this video, I think this will actually be a part 1. I think we'll get a part 2 out of this because I think there's quite a bit more to see. And we'll actually go over there in the hours of daylight next time, I reckon. There's only so much you can see stumbling about in the dark with torches, isn't there? But of course the Ironworks was built in 1878, 3 years prior to the main point of interest that we're going to look at today, the old pumping station built in 1881. Anyway, let's get me, Delighted Dave, the pissed up priest, Rare Rob and Amazing Adam, let's get over there and go and actually get his boots muddy and go for a nosy. Come on. Grown up blokes, eh? Well, we're not really grown up, are we? That's an interesting bit of wall there actually, look. Look at that. Just have a look at what we've got here actually. It's interesting through here. There's all sorts of little bits and bobs going off around here. Look at that. Hey Dave, this is interesting here. Look at this. Look at this area, look. What's that there? No, well, I know what you mean. Look at that. That's fantastic. Hey, this new camera records better at night.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, look at the screen quality.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I like this. What's that about then?
It must be.
I know. Yeah. Well, they've obviously built this area up, haven't they? Because I mean the natural water level in the brook's really low down, so.
Looks like there was a.
It's interesting that, eh?
Well, that might be like
Let me just go through here before we go and actually look at the. There's a big pipe here, yeah. Bloody hell, massive pipes. Look at these. Massive pipes, pumping pipes. That's massive. That's about 400 mil, that is. Look at this one then. That is huge. Look at this. Look at that pipe.
Look where it bends.
I know. We ain't even got to the pumping station yet. Bloody Nora.
Another one here, look. Oh, it's broke.
Yeah, there is, mate.
There's more going
Well,
on there.
well, look at the size of that pipe, Rob.
Yeah. Look at this bend in it here.
I know.
Hey, manhole, look, is it?
Probably a valve or something. I'm just gonna follow that down here. Well, this will go to that pumping station, won't it? Yeah, look, some writing on there. Holwell. Holwell. This must go to that pumping station. Yeah, nice little explore this, Dave. It's brilliant. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to get off this pipe because I'm going to fall off the bloody thing. 1919. That makes sense because the pumping station that I think's still in use, I think that was built, that's newer, that's 1900s. The first one I think was built around about 1881 from what I read earlier online. Yeah, look at this, look, it's on stanchions, look. Brick stanchions, that's fantastic, that is. That's about 600mm pipe, that is, I reckon. What you found, Dave? It's fantastic, isn't it? Bloody hell, look how it goes up the hill there, Rob.
This is a right old explorer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? Look at that. Look how it's going up there, look, Rob. Yeah, what's it going over, Dave? What's it on its own viaduct?
It's like a bloody...
Bloody hell. It's mental, isn't it? This has turned out all right, isn't it? Wow, look at that.
Just to go over the water.
Yeah, it must be. It's fantastic. We're upsetting the crows by the sounds on it.
It's up again here, look, and goes into some small ones.
Well, there's some brickwork up there, look.
I think that's the pump house.
Yeah, well, we need to get over there then. Can we get over here? Or we'll go back round the other way?
Yeah, we'll go right on the other way.
And then there's one here at a higher level, look, that's been cut off for whatever reason. I'll just try and get the camera in there. Yeah, see that? So that's a good 450mm diameter, that is, you know, so. Fantastic, David. So as you can see, this is the more up-to-date pumping station. There's a bit of a sign on there, an automatic police response, but we're not going in this pump house. It's the derelict one next door that we're interested in. But just look at all this pipe work here, look, that goes to that fine piece of apparatus there. It's magnificent, to be honest, but we'll go around the back of here anyway. An air noser. What's this here? A bit of brickwork. Pipe work there in mid-air. I like that. Some great features here, you know. Look at that. So this pipe work here, this would be from around about 1920, I imagine, around that date. Nice valve there and all. Look, it's fantastic, this is. It really is. I'm in my element down here, folks. Fantastic. And it's, like I say, it's so spooky down here and all. It really is. Could be a bloody axe murderer out hiding down here. Mind, we'd still have a nosy, wouldn't we? Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, that is. And if you keep hearing a horn in the background, we're near the, I think it's the test track, you know. What's it called? I can't remember the railway line now. Yeah, so you can hear a pump going off. So this is the newer building. So, of course, we ain't going to mess about in there. There's a continuous overspill here, look, as well. Brilliant. Right, lead the way, Macduff. Yeah, yeah. Another nice... Ah, yeah, this is it. That's right. Yeah, you're right. I was wrong. Slap me on the wrist. Brilliant nosy, isn't it? Quite mild tonight as well, Dave. So, yeah, that you're looking at there, I'm pretty confident that was probably put there in 1881.
Look at this.
Look at this, he says. Bloody hell. Right, so this is the original building, folks. Pretty much just about covered in ivy now. We're going in here, look. Oh, this is nice. So all this in here, Dave's about 1881.
Yeah.
All this were constructed.
Spectacular.
It is nice, isn't it?
We need to light this up properly.
You'll get some nice shots in here.
Yeah, we need to light this up.
Yeah, I do like this.
Look at the windows.
I know, they're fantastic, aren't they? They are nice. Really nice. What do you reckon, Rob?
I really like it.
Good, isn't it?
Well, I love anything to do with pumps.
Oh, yeah, you're the pump expert of the... I keep forgetting that. Yeah, Rob, he works in the pumping industry, don't you?
Yeah.
Pumping anything, sewage, clean water, don't you?
Yeah, all of it.
Sell your services now.
Oh, I can't do that.
Why?
I'm not what I work for.
Hey? Yeah, I really like this, Dave. Got the plimps here, look.
Yeah, that's where it would have stood.
Where the pump used to stand and what have you.
It would have been in between here. The motor would have been in between here, wouldn't it?
I think so. I mean, I'm no expert
Rob
in
said
these
that's a
things,
pump.
but... Yeah, well, Rob's the pump expert on the channel, isn't he? Right, so what do you reckon to this place then? Absolutely fantastic. And Dave's just getting ready to take some of his photography. And what we've done, we've been round Andy Jones's this evening to get some lights off him. And as you can see, Andy's getting let him borrow his red torch and his blue torch. So the great thing in here is you've got these fantastic window arches here. And I tell you what, you'll get some great effect with that, buddy. Should do. Sorry for blinding you.
Does that look like? Can you switch yours off from
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, that looks nice, that does.
All right, or...
Yeah, what do you reckon to that?
Yeah, that's all right. I wonder...
So as you can see in there, yeah, you're getting a behind the scenes look here, look. Getting the lighting right in there, so...
that one needs to be...
I'm looking forward to seeing these, Dave.
About there.
Just,
Amazing building, isn't it?
Oh, it's fantastic, mate. It's better than I expected. Right, so just before we go any further, I just want to show you this fantastic aerial shot of the former Holwell Ironworks site. And this was very kindly sent to me by Bob Armstrong. And Bob, if you're watching, buddy, I really appreciate that, mate. It's a great photograph of the site. Anyway, if you cast your eyes to the bottom left-hand corner of the photograph, you could just about make out a small rectangular shaped body of water. And that is indeed our small reservoir which used to supply this place with water via these two pumping stations that we've looked at in the video. Now, I should have asked Bob when this photograph was taken, but I didn't. But what we do know is that it's in black and white, and I'm assuming it would have been the 1950s or 60s, but it could have been earlier, of course. Anyway, let's carry on with the exploration. Right, so absolutely fantastic. We've got some really big sluice gates here, you know. These are fantastic. Look at that. I was not expecting this. Look at the size of them. So at the minute, I mean, these ones are lifted up so the brook can permanently come through here, but that's amazing. Great engineering. I've just come out here, you know, round the back of it, because you can trace no end of stuff round here. But you got the remote. Oh, bloody hell, God, watch where you walk here. Yeah, you got this here, look. Smashed pipe work there. Very technical. I mean, like I say, this is Victorian England. You know, this is 1881 when all this was built. I mean, you've got to... Is that a valve? Like I say, you got to watch where you walk. Yeah, big old valve here as well, look, actually. Yeah, fantastic stuff. Like I say, you've got to... you got to watch where you're walking out here. Yeah, I like that. Great bit of... Another great bit of detail. I tell you, I'm loving this camera. You can get really up close and personal with stuff, look. Even at night, so yeah, really enjoying that. Should have sorted it out ages ago, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. It's hard to make head and tail of some of it out, to be honest with you. Well, yeah, there's the path there, so yeah. Them lights flashing in there. Looks like we've got a disco going on, don't it? But, you know, we love it. You know, all of us that come out and do this just love finding this stuff. You know, it's been an obsession of mine since I was a teenager. And like I say, coming across stuff like this, it just mesmerises me. I mean, like me and Rob have just been saying, I mean, you know, look at it. It's quite an arty building. I mean, yes, now it's covered in ivy and God knows what, but it's quite a special building. You know, back then they didn't build things like they do now. They built them to last, and they built them, they put pride in the work, you know. They were passionate about building these structures because they knew they were going to last forever, pretty much. I mean, I say that, this is going to be knocked down apparently to make way for a bit more of a nature reserve. So Dave told me earlier, but it's fantastic. How are you getting on, buddy?
All right, just move the lights out of the way.
Which lights?
These, so I can see what we're doing.
Another great Sunday night, Adam.
And indeed it is.
Yeah, fantastic. He's got the backpack look.
The backpack.
What we got in it tonight? Oh. Copious amounts of Budweiser.
Energy drink tonight.
Other beers are available. You ain't got some pop, have you? I'm well thirsty. What you got?
It's Sunday, not thirsty.
What you got? Yeah, but last night I went out on the hit and miss with them lot, didn't I? I had a blinding night. I didn't half know about it in the morning. Oh, cheers. Sport boost, that's just what the doctor ordered. Cheers, buddy. That's why we bring Amazing Adam. Right, well, unfortunately, that concludes this evening's video. Great little nosy, this one. It's great to be back out with the lads again. And just really nice. You know, that old building, like Rob was saying, it's quite an artistic building. But, you know, back in them times, you know, 1881, you're in that Victorian period. you know, they did things the right way, didn't they? And yes, there's no roof on it now and it's about ready to collapse, but what there is left of it is, it's fantastic. Anyway, it's a goodbye from me. It's a goodbye from Amazing Adam. It's a goodbye from, where is he? Delighted Dave,
Bye.
if you can see him. It's a goodbye from Rare Rob. It's a goodbye from the Pissed Up Priest.
It's now,
Amen.
But it's now sober.
Yeah, well, we went out on the hit and miss last night, you know, and I felt lethargic this morning. I really did, didn't I?
We had a great night exploring the pubs in Ashby.
Yeah, and we didn't have to go in through any windows or anything like that. It was legit.
We had permission.
Anyway, we're going to go and explore somewhere else now, so I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
And there we go. That's our Steve gone for another week. Nice one, actually, Steve. Now, I'm going to be honest. I missed a lot of that because I was into the kitchen having to make some tea. You see, not only do I have to present the programme, I have to make my own. Well, and I've made Mrs. G's tea. Just sits there, thank you. I think, yeah, so I'm only presenting. Anyway, thank you, Steve. Nice one there, mate. I see a lot of people enjoying that nosy down there. So well done. I'll sit back and watch that in a bit. That's for sure. Yeah, everyone's liking it. Look at that. Great nosy, brilliant nosy. Nice one, Steve. That's the way to do it. Okay, then. Well, it's that time of the evening when, of course, just before we go, we've got to give you the answers to 6 of the best. And as I always say, what we're going to do, we're going to go through the questions now, and we'll be asking you to submit your answers. Now, please don't submit your answer to question 5 when we're only on question 2. Wait till we get onto it, okay? Because it helps, otherwise it gets very confusing. Are you ready for the answers to 6 of the best? Well, here we go. Alan Crop saying, what? No skipping song? Nice one, Alan. Oh, dear. I'll have to do it again then, shan't I? I'll have to do it at the next one. Yeah, bring the wife next time, Alan. Okay, so the question I was asking for question number 1. Let's get the answer in then. What year did the Hinckley Times celebrate its 100th birthday? Okay, so let's see who's going to be here with the correct answers for question number 1. Jane Brown, 1989. Well done. Dennis Perkins, 1989. This is already looking good already. It seems to be. Yes, I'm delighted to say, indeed, that it is 1989. John Denny coming in. So there you go. Give yourselves a point apiece. Because that is question number 1. It was 1989 when it celebrated 100 years. Okay, question number 2. Well done, Anne. You've just come in there as well. Sunglasses were originally created in China for which purpose? Was it to help the police have better vision, to help mining workers protect their eyes, or to help judges hide their facial expression? Jane comes in with judges. Well done, Jane. You're really doing really good lately. Yes, it is. It's judges. For judges, says John Denny. And Dennis Perkins, protect the miner's eyes. No, sorry, Den. Ooh. Lovely. Judges, indeed, is the correct answer for that one. Sorry. Yes, to help the judges. Yes, that's it. Good. Lovely. Right, okay. On to question 3. Only female ducks quack. Let's see who has a go with that one. Is that true or false? Only female ducks quack. Yeah, I was going to say your quackers. Jane Brown says true. Dennis Perkins, false. Let's see if we get another one up. David Allen, true. I'll wait for one more. Let's see if one more comes in. And Russet says false. Well, if you put true, you are absolutely right. Well done. Apparently, only females' ducks quack. Can you believe that? You see, the things you learn here. Russet, tell Bill. The things you can learn here on a Sunday night. Amazing. So, what was the year that sadly Sky Television began broadcasting? And the Hillsborough disaster, and of course the fall of the Berlin Wall. What year was it? Now then, I wonder if anybody was paying attention to the question. Jane Brown once again comes in with another one. 1989 says David Allen as well. Anne Hunt, 1989. Very well done, guys. Yes, indeed. It was indeed 1989. It's nice, yeah, everybody's and it's nice that we've all agreed tonight. Normally, that ain't right. Yeah, no, brilliant, well done. So yes, it was 1989. So that's 2 answers tonight with the same answer. 2 questions with the same answer. Yeah. I hope you was paying attention to that. I went to a lot of trouble for that. Now then, here we are then. Where am I? I know John Denny's got this ready, cut and pasted, ready to fly in. Come on, I'll let John have the floor for this one. Where am I? Oh, Jane Brown says, are you at the Checkers in Burbage? No, I'm not at the Checkers in Burbage here. I'm just waiting for John Denny, because normally he likes to get in quick. It's the only time he's really fast, because otherwise, because he doesn't do his book. Nobody else knows, I think. Right, I'm going to show you where I am, but I'm sure John said he'd got it. I think he's gone home, actually. I think John's took little John home. Okay, John Denny, between Studio Gallery and Busy Fingers. Ooh, sounds interesting. Here we are. Yep, look, there we are. Just so you can see. Exactly right, John. Well done. So we got for that one, as I say, in between Busy Fingers and the 10-2 Gallery. There they are. Look, in fact, there's 4 bird boxes up there if you really want. So there we go. No, there for the shut-in, but absolutely right. Well done. Well done if you got that one right. Onto the aniogram. Bimanual Gamecock in Porky. Bit of a clue actually in that. A pub and village not far from Hinckley. I know that John Denny claims to have got it, which I'm sure he has. The Piggy Muck Claybrook Magna. Oh, blimey, Jane, you're on fire tonight, aren't you? Yeah, Dave B. Claybrook Magna. Piggy Muck, that's it, Piggy Muck Claybrook Magna. And I did say that the village has got a twin, so I was thinking of Claybrook Magna, Claybrook Parva, places like that, you see. Well done if you got Claybrook Magna, the Pig in Muck. Is the correct answer. Right, okay, it's now time. Start sending me your scores. I think Jane's about got 5 tonight. I think there's a few people may have 5. Alan Cropp's got 2. Marie, nil, zilch, nothing, nout. Well, she probably preferred the theatre. Dennis Perkins, a middling, no, dangerous Denny, a middling 3. John Denny's got 5, yeah. Jeff Wallace said, Piggy Muck, Claybrook Magna. You see, poor Jeff, they're on a slow connection. They're in Lincolnshire. All right, okay. Anne Hunt, 3. Russet, 2. David Allen, 2. Oh, only 2 for Daniel Coburn tonight. Daniel, you are slipping in your standards. We've got the likes of John Denny. We've got, and we've also got Jane. I'm sure she's got 5 tonight. I'm just waiting for her to confirm that. Cal Beasley, 2 for me. 2 for me. And Jane Brown, 5 tonight. So it's John and Jane. They've had a real good night tonight. They've been really good. I think you two ought to settle up, have a nice drink, or put your feet up and relax, have a nice cup of tea. I'm looking forward to a nice cup of tea, actually. I just hadn't had a chance to make it. But that's good. And, of course, Jane's put here, hope to see you at school tomorrow. Yes, HDPP going to Hinckley Park School for the History Club tomorrow afternoon. Little extracurriculum activity. There, I've managed that. Okay, yes, all being well, Jane, see you briefly tomorrow as well. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And, yeah, well done, Jeff. 2 for us. Well, there you go. Lovely to see you two yesterday in the club, by the way. That was fantastic. Always nice. We say we was a bit preoccupied with the grandchildren, as you've seen. Anyway, that's it for me. Phew, you've got through it. You're hour and a half of this rubbish, and you've stayed with me all to the end, so I love it. Well done. And once again, if you're a new viewer, why not come along to our social nights? It was great on Wednesday because we had lots of new faces, and that was really encouraging. So well done. And I've really enjoyed tonight. It's been fun. If you like, I'll have to do it again then, shan't I? Next Sunday night, 7:30, we'll have a nosy, we'll have 6 of the best, and I'll find some more interesting features, be it local or indeed stuff which we'll remember all those years and years ago. So, until then, remember to keep it live, to keep it HDPP. See you next week. Take care. Bye. Oh, hello. We just had a really enjoyed tonight. It's been, I mean, I always enjoy doing these anyway, but it's been just one of those real good nights out, real good vibe, nice vibe from the viewers and stuff. Great. And this is the part of the programme we never talk about. No. If you're watching this now, you've obviously hung around for a bit of fun, a bit of a chortle, to say a few dad jokes, just to send you off to bed and, you know, have a little laugh. Carol's off to watch, Carol Beasley's off to watch Great Expectations. Typical BBC twist on that coming up, Carol. You might be disappointed, but however, I'm not going to get into that. It's time for a few, oh yes, go on, Alan, go on, make us laugh. Almost like it's a chore. Bless you. Right, okay then. Yes, a few dad jokes for you. Let's see. I'm afraid for the calendar. Its days are numbered. That starts us off. Now, my wife said I should do lunges to stay in shape. That would be a big step forward. This is a good one. Why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing? Well, that's in case they get a hole in one. Oh. Here's something to make you think. Singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera. What do a tick and the Eiffel Tower have in common? They're both parasites. Parasites. Play on words, parasites. What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? Sophisticated. And this is something. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would become a foot. And this is one I've always wondered about this one. What does a lemon say when it answers the phone? Yellow? Oh, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. I used to be addicted to soap, but I'm clean now. I'm tickling you to death tonight. A guy walks into a bar. He was disqualified from the limbo contest. Nearly there. You think swimming with sharks is expensive. Swimming with sharks cost me an arm and a leg. Keep them coming. Last one. And this is good food for thought, this one, ladies and gentlemen. When two vegans get into an argument, is it still called a beef? Love it. Take care. Good night. Love you all. See you soon. Bye-bye.